Oh,
Hello, we are Geeks Assembled, and today we are discussing a 1975 movie based on a rock opera album from the 1969, I think it was, by The Who. Yes, we are talking Tommy, starring The Who's lead singer Roger Daltrey, the rest of the band, and a handful of ensemble cast from the music world and the acting business. But we'll get through to all these names as we go through our little review. Um, so let's go to opening thoughts then.
sorry. Hang on, just a moment. Just a moment, please. There we go. Um. Okay. So I was uh I was about 18 when I saw this the first time, and this is the second time. So I mean, it's been 30 years since I've seen this movie, and
Wow,
um, I really I I had forgotten quite a bit of it, and I enjoyed the rest of it. I thought Roger Daltrey was fantastic, as were his co-stars. These Ann-Margret and Oliver Reed
yeah,
as Nora and Frank. I mean, you know, Ann-Margret sure goes through a lot of her her character goes through a huge character arc,
a lot of change.
a lot of change,
Yeah,
and uh, and then there was like people like Elton John, Eric Clapton, John and Whistle, of course Keith Moon, and then Jack Nicholson and Robert Powell as well.
oh yeah,
And you'd think that Robert Powell would be the Christ-like figure in this, but no, because he was Christ in the other movie, that other movie.
a few years later, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, fantastic movie, great sound. The soundtrack is brilliant. Yeah, I wonder why. Because it's all the rock opera, right?
Yeah, it
Is it the
it's
first rock opera?
I don't know, to be honest. But this is all the songs from the album by The Who, and they what Ken Russell did was not use the Who soundtrack as the soundtrack. He used their songs, but got the actors and the artists to re-record their versions for the movie. So a unique, a new unique way of doing it.
Definitely, really different and enjoyable. Um,
Meatloaf, Bat Out of Hell, American Idiot by Green Day, Jesus Christ Superstar,
yeah,
The Wall.
those were after this though.
No, wasn't Jesus Christ Superstar 73?
Oh, maybe. Anyway,
I thought it
yeah.
was 73.
So let's see. It's pretty trippy, really trippy in parts.
Mhm.
I loved Tina Turner. She was amazing
The
as
Acid Queen.
the acid queen.
Can
Really,
you can you believe that wasn't the first choice to play that role?
no, no, really. Who was the first choice?
David Bowie.
Oh, another kind of acid queen. That would be different.
Yeah, but now you see Tina Turner in the role. I couldn't see Bowie playing it.
But but then Tina Turner and David Bowie have done a lot of stuff together
Oh yeah, they did.
because
Yeah.
because they find a lot of like similar beats and stuff.
Mm.
After she left Ike, she did I think she did more with David Bowie than she's done with really anybody else. I think I mean, I'm not 100% positive.
Yeah, she's recorded versions of his songs. They did TV commercials together. They popped up on each other's concert tours.
Duets all the time. Yeah.
Yeah. But I can't. Yeah, but now this is so set in stone. This movie. When you see the Acid Queen, Tina Turner as the Acid Queen, nobody else could play the Acid Queen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Back to you anyway.
They're so good. And the kids who play Tommy beforehand. I mean, wow, they had a big job. They had a lot of stuff to experience and show reaction to until there was no reaction. And then that was a whole different kind of acting. Really amazing. And so yeah, it was a really big story. Do you want to say anything about it?
Well, like I said, some of it I remember, some of it I don't. I know my stepfather really likes he likes this one. He likes Jesus Christ Superstar, which was 71 or 73, and All This in World War II, but that was Beatles song. So that's a little different. But yeah, The Who is a good group. It is. They're a little aggressive, but The Who, Led Zeppelin, the Beatles, even the Rolling Stones, when they all have really great songs that have kind of shaped, the eras that they started in. I do like the songs. I've always loved Pinball Wizard. I thought it was great that Elton John was the Pinball Wizard. I didn't exactly like the movie, but I understand if they were trying to say that, don't make anybody a messiah, then I understand, sort of the point of the movie. And I guess Ann-Margret won a Golden Globe, and this is what, 75? We're talking about it in 2021.
Cool.
And she's always been an interesting actress. She's always done, weird, wild, cutting edge stuff. Tina Turner is cool. That's not her original name. But I think, what, is she 75 now? I think she is. She might be around that age now. Who else? I mean, Daltrey's still around, correct?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, Tina Turner's like 85.
85? Okay, I apologize.
She was born Anna Mae Bullock.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So she has different, there's different confusions about her names.
I've never heard that. Amazing.
Who else was in it? Yeah, I forgot about Jack Nicholson. I guess he was in it because he was a fan. I heard that what is it? Jagger wanted to be in the movie as well. And
did he?
But
cool.
Who else? But that's the other thing too, because the 70s were great, also in the sense of not only the funk and the disco, but you had a lot of rock operas that came out.
Yeah.
At that time as well, and you had some in the 80s too.
Cool.
Who else? Who else?
Anything else?
I mean, it's still an enduring, rock opera, and okay, and of course Robert Stigwood bought the rights eventually. It's probably how he got the money to do the Phantom of the whatever and Grease.
RSO.
Which was another
That's
big
right.
Musical. Still is.
And he started his own label.
Yep, RSO. Yeah, I remember RSO.
That's right.
And of course there were other ones that we're not going to mention because they're horrible compared to Tony.
Yep.
Like what was it? The Sergeant Pepper's, which was horrible compared to this movie.
But we reviewed that. We reviewed the music, the album. So
yeah, I mean this movie is strange, and it is very cutting edge, but it's 1,000 times better than that other movie I just mentioned.
Okay.
And the music is a lot better, even though the other movie does have some interesting covers.
Yeah.
and that's George Burns in it. But Tommy and Jesus Christ Superstar, and even The Wall from Pink Floyd is much better musically and much better visually and much better. It's easier to follow. It's fun to watch. It's not something that you just start gnashing your teeth.
Okay, that's our opening thoughts.
So
Cool. Yeah, it's such an enjoyable thing to watch. It's so colourful. It's colourful from the beginning of the in the war era. The loss of his father. And then you've got Uncle Frank,
Yep.
Oliver Reed, who sort of comes and takes the place of his father. And then you see you got him growing up, and they're trying to cure him, get his sight, get his hearing, get him to speak again. They're trying anything, as to try, try with the Acid Queen. I mean, that's a lot of drug usage in that scene, really. It's the way this movie uses its images, because there's no speech. It's all song.
Right.
It's all song and imagery. I know some people may not like that, but this works. I mean, okay, yeah, the style of the day hasn't aged well, but the music and the imagery works so well. It's so colourful, and as you say, you've got so many people in this. As you've mentioned, Robert Powell, even Paul Nicholas, who was a big pop star in the UK in the 70s, playing was it Cousin Kevin? Is it?
Yeah.
Who was really nasty to him.
As was Keith Moon's Uncle Ernie.
Yes, well, he likes to fiddle about. Fiddle about. I mean, but it's just a good, from beginning to end. If you can't follow the story, the songs just lift you up, and you can just go with the songs. Some people may not like what the story was trying to say.
Yeah.
Some people may love it. But for me, it's just an enjoyable movie. As I say, it's not dated well, because, as you say, most of the 1970s movies don't date well. And from any other decade seems to be fare better than the 70s movies do. I don't know why. Maybe it's the bad fashion of the day.
Or maybe it's like the film stock. It all shows it always like from the same bit.
Yeah.
And so, stuff earlier was a better quality and stuff in the 70s was not.
Yeah. But you've got to admit that this movie just proves how talented the Who were, writing wise, creativity wise. But mostly the creativity in this movie came from Ken Russell, the director. But wasn't Roger Donald? What's a good looking guy, wasn't he? To play the lead in this, all that frizzy hair he had, and bright blue eyes. And the way they portrayed him in the movie, it's no wonder he was such a lead in the lead, in a group, and became an actor. And it is an amazing movie. It's I'd say it's unique, to be honest,
True.
because there's been many musicals, but this one does stand out for me. So, any favorite moments and stuff like that?
Yeah, well, the Acid Queen and the Iron Mask of Disco Ball with Drugs was amazing, and Elton John and the Pinball Wizard and Tommy playing their pinball, and Elton John standing on platforms that were like 2 feet tall or 3 feet tall. I mean, those are some serious platforms. Couldn't believe that. I mean, those were basically ostensibly stilts.
Yeah.
And then I love the bit at the end where they're crawling over sort of boulders, these pearls out of the house, you know, and then they turn into the balls that his mother was creating back in the factory during the war. And that was, I mean, wow, that was really cool. And then there was one other song in it that I really loved, but I can't remember what it is right now. But in terms of the songs, that was, let me see if I can remind myself. Well, I don't know. Anyway, I enjoyed it a lot. And so, yeah, that'll do for us.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, you're getting the actors singing the songs, so you are actually hearing like Oliver Reed, Jack Nicholson singing. It's not often you hear him singing. You've also got you've also got Arthur Brown. I mean, I don't know if you remember Arthur Brown, who had a big hit in the '60s with Fire, the Crazy World of Arthur. Yeah, he played the priest in the cult of Marilyn Monroe. I mean, that imagery there, you know, the Church of Marilyn Monroe was really out there and weird, and you don't expect something like that. So,
wasn't Eric Clapton there too?
Eric Clapton was he was the one leading the procession.
Okay.
Arthur Brown was the priest on the stage.
Okay.
Yeah, there's so many people in there, as you say. And Ann-Margret, as you say, she went through so much in this, from just a housewife to becoming successful through her son. And then the scenery where I think the drink took over her life, didn't it? Because she became dependent on drink. And those scenes with the baked beans and whatever it was, what else was coming through there, and she was just
chocolate.
Was it chocolate? Just smothered in it, and
yeah,
you know, that is. I don't think I've ever seen any scene like that in any movie after this or before this.
What scene like what?
The scene with the baked beans and the.
No.
It was, and to get a leading actress to do that.
Yeah.
Because really, it was.
To go from foam to baked beans to chocolate.
Yeah, it was sort of like degrading that character, wasn't it?
Yes.
It just, I don't know, but that was all in her head because she was drunk. She was just laid on the floor, really, just worrying about. But it's I don't know. It's a strange movie, but it's got a big following. And they say as soon as Tommy finds his sight, finds his hearing, finds his voice, then the sort of Messiah side of it starts to show, and then they all start making him out as the new, the next Messiah, and all the followers come, and then it's all about money.
Yeah.
All the bar this, bar that.
So Frank takes everybody back to what he was comfortable doing, with the camps,
Yeah.
bringing people in on buses and having things like that were. It must be like a sublimely exclusive British experience.
Yeah, it is. I mean, there is certain elements in this movie which the most probably wouldn't do today. I mean, the Uncle Ernie scene, the cousin Kevin scene, with where he's got him strapped to an ironing board and ironing him, and also got him holding his head under the water, and
Yeah.
As I say, with the Uncle Ernie one where he's got him in the bedroom and he's, as the song goes, fiddling about.
Yeah.
I don't think that would be allowed anymore.
And then kind of the way that they ridicule disabled people a little bit in the Church of Marilyn Monroe.
What?
I mean, I know that the director played one of the
Yeah, he did. He was one of the chairs, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So, but was it? I don't know if you call it ridiculing, or was it just because they weren't making fun of them, was they? They'd gone there to be cured, wasn't they? Like people go to that place in France. Is it Lourdes?
Yeah.
To be cured, they go visit, and I don't think it was ridicule, but I can see what you mean.
Well, but I mean, it also was a different era. I mean, people
Yeah.
said that the Rubber Band Man was originally making fun. That Rubber Band Man song was actually a much meaner song. And then somebody said, change it, make it happy, don't have it mocking anybody. And the song did a lot better, than they ever thought it could.
But
the scene in the Church of Marilyn Monroe it's about faith.
Yeah.
Having faith to heal.
Yeah, so, I know like the whole thing was like, can we push this man forward and get him healed and stuff. But he did go, and then the images of the three of them, there was the red one, the blue one, and the yellow one, and as they all squished together, they formed Tommy in his white suit.
Yeah.
In that mirror.
Yeah. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was like imagining in the mirror was.
Yeah, he would sit there and stare at the mirror.
It's because if you think about it, Tommy was disabled as well, wasn't he? But deaf, blind, dumb,
catatonic, basically.
Yeah. It wasn't ridiculed. He wasn't ridiculed. He was treated badly by certain people in the movie, but wasn't ridiculed as far as I can remember.
Yeah, I may have used the wrong word, but you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, but I don't think this movie would be made today. without a lot of changes.
Well, I mean, what's big now? Rent, and what else? Is there any other musicals that are big? I mean, they did make that into a movie with music, but I'm not
Yeah.
a fan. I'm not a fan of it. But I mean, it has some famous people. But I mean, things have changed too. I mean, it's you can't stay in the same 2 or 3 decades. The 70s, 80s, and 90s.
No.
And there was even musicals from the 60s that were big. And for fictional and musical purposes, you have to have a villain. You have to have, different. I have to have a happy song and a sad song and, a upbeat song. If it's all one note, then it doesn't usually, succeed.
That's
Right.
kind of chanting. More.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this movie,
Yeah.
did it have a happy ending? Or was it because his mother died, Uncle Frank died, and he was just like stood there in the sunset, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Or was that a happy end? I don't know if that was a happy ending or not.
Bit ambiguous, you're right.
Yeah, it was. I mean, the song. Oh, what was the song? What? Feel Me. It's the one where Dolce's singing all the time. Feel me, see me.
Yeah.
Such a brilliant song, and it's used so well. And the other one is where he's run when he finally discovers his sight and hearing is where he's running free across the beaches and fields. Is it I'm Free? Which is a brilliant song. So the way Ken Russell visualized the songs is so well done.
Yeah, I mean that's the other thing too. In the 70s, a lot of movies did have an unhappy ending.
Mm.
That's the other thing too. That even other people have made fun of it, going. Thankfully, we're out of the 70s. We don't have to have a downer, ending or an ending where one of the characters dies, uh, and all that. I mean, I think they might still have it, but I think they've gotten out of that mentality.
So anything else you'd like to say about Tommy before we go to final say and score?
All right. So the song that I liked is "Do You Think It's All Right?"
Oh yeah. Do you think it's all right to leave him with cousin
Yeah.
Kevin? Yeah.
And then
I liked the I can't remember the song's name, but it was the Christmas one near the beginning where he was a young kid sat in his little toy car, and all the others were dancing and singing, and which was as you say, for this small boy who played the young Tommy, had a lot to put up with.
yeah.
You had Oliver Reed, you had Ann-Margret, you had all these people dancing about, then turning around singing to him, and for that young kid there, just to sit there,
Yep.
motionless and emotionless.
Right.
To get a young kid to do that must have been tough.
Yeah. It was amazing.
Yeah. Anything else we'd like to talk about before we go to
No, that was amazing. It really was.
Oh, did you the
What?
problem is I'm bringing it back again. I guess nobody saw the Broadway version of it.
No, I haven't. No.
Mm.
So,
I'll tell you what I did like. That silver Iron Maiden
Mhm.
with the Acid Queen scene with
yeah,
the
with the mirror balls on it.
with the syringes on outside, so and then it opens up there. He's like Christ-like with all the poppies, remembrance poppies on him, and then it's his father, and so the imagery gets me in this.
Yeah.
It really does. Yeah, mate. Anyways, let's go to final say and score.
They had a version in 1992, and they said they're bringing it back for this year.
Oh,
They're doing a revival of Tommy on Broadway.
on Broadway. Cool. Well, they should get busy then. I will give this I'll give this 10 disco Iron Maidens with an acid queen out of 10.
All right, I'm going to give it. I know it's not dated well, but I enjoyed watching this, and it's, as I say, the imageries, and all the talent in the movie and the songs. It's going to be 10 flippers out of 10.
Nice.
Yeah, and really enjoyed it, Tommy. Thanks, Susan, for taking time out to watch this movie for the only second time in your life.
Yep.
I think I've seen this now 5 times. So if I watch a movie more than 3 times, I like it. So you guys out there, please leave a comment below.
Yep.
What did you think about Tommy, the movie? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Please leave a comment. Get in touch with us if you want to be in the group or be on the casts. Leave a message. Message me. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We're all over the place. On YouTube, if you'd like to, if you're not subscribed already, please subscribe and press the notification button, and you'll get a little ding with a like that every time we put up a video. So until next time, be safe and remember, be free.